know how good this audio is going to be or anything, but this is how to do speedrun. Okay, obstacle course, first level. So as soon as I spawn in, spacebar, just tap right to get him down. You want to hit the purple pad. Then you flip backwards and spin like that. Which gives you the right trajectory to get up. Unless you mess it up. Just take some practice. You should be able to get it pretty consistently. Then you can either go into the purple thing, and the best part right here is to go backwards and hold space. And easy 15. So the best thing to do up here is to go in and then go down right here into this gap really fast after you come out of it, and then fall backwards and it'll throw you up. And then after that you can just adjust however. And once you get here, you want to go in upside down and blow into it, and that'll right you straight up when you come out of it. You can, if you do it perfectly, you'll finish on a straight plane. If you mess it up, then it's just a second or two lost, so it's fine. If you mess it up, just bounce. Okay, so upside down and backwards, and it'll spin you right. And then so that's first level. We'll do it one more time. See, that was a bad one, still 16 seconds. Okay. Second is gut bust. So there's a setup to get out early. To do that, you hold space and left arrow off the bat, and it just sets you right there. And then after that, you hold space and left arrow again, and it kicks you right out. Then you want to line yourself up right. This just takes some practice to where you get going fast and kind of want to stay on the same plane. Once you see this gray building, angle it backwards. And then just descend slowly or fast. I usually go the same way every time. I go right on the green one, then left to the purple one, then right down to the jump pad. But fall backwards, hold left in the space bar, and you'll get out a little over 50% of the time. And then fly to there, and then I usually like to try and do it the same way every time, but messed up there. And it's really consistent, 20 to 30 seconds every time. If you mess it up here, just restart. It's only a second loss every time you mess up if you're quick with your reset. There, you kind of angle back. You can make your way down. Okay, that just takes a lot of practice to get used to being in the air. BMX, I do it a really difficult way. I call it the dad hop because you spam AD, 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 or left arrow, right arrow, and it's with the dad dude. But you go down and you hold the left arrow to get a lot of air. You hold forward and the left arrow, and you get really high. And then out of that, you want to spam right and left with your right tire in between your character and your left tire. So right there. And then you'll land here, or maybe here, depending on how good it is. Mine was pretty bad. And then you want to hold the down arrow, because if you don't, you'll get decapitated right there from going too fast. And you just complete the run. So forward and left arrow, then do the dad hop with the tire between the dude and the tire. Yeah. Sometimes you get too fast, you'll hit that, but if you dad hop backwards, learn how to save yourself, it's fine. And then you just try not to die. If you're going too slow, you'll have to dad hop over these landmines, and then easy win. Snowy Mountain, pretty easy. I'll do it once. I find I grab it most if I grab it on the backswing right after it misses. But I missed it anyways. And if you only have one hand, it's not a problem. If you hold the down arrow, your arm will never break. It's better to get it with two hands, you know, just in case. You have better control for letting go, but you want to hold the down arrow no matter what. So when you get to the top, you let go and just grab on however you can, and then try and position yourself to where you can grab and hold the down arrow, and then you can't die. So just hold grab and down arrow and you won't die. The way you usually die here is by your arm snapping, but by holding the down arrow, your arms are in their strongest position, so they won't break. So that's a pretty easy one. You may have to do it a few times, but it's not that hard. Dawn of the Dead is easy. It just takes practice to learn how to grab ropes, but I would practice on rope course for that. So jump X and then grab. The Big Dipper block got into my head this time, so it may snap my neck. Hopefully it won't. It's just a random glitch that happens, but we're good. I usually don't grab it this low either, but the Big Dipper interfered with my jump. I'm not going to hold on the whole time. But yeah, another easy level. You might want to either hit control or jump before you hit the ground to keep your legs from breaking, just make it a little more consistent. And I jumped too late again. Or too early. Another Big Dipper, great. So yeah, jump, hold right arrow, and then just catch it. Pretty easy. Large Satan E2. This one's pretty complicated actually. So when you start the level, you're gonna, as soon as the fork hits your back, hold space, left, and down, and that'll keep you from dying. I mean, you can just hold space and down, but that can be a little sus. So you want to hold space, left, and down, and then tap left and right. I'll show you. And that'll knock you against that almost every time. Let me show you what I'm doing. So I'm just tapping left and right here. Keep myself facing with my wheels towards the thingy in the back of your throat so your head doesn't snap. And after that, the best thing you can do is land on the horse's neck, and that should sometimes, if you're really lucky, bounce you straight into the throat in the back. If you're not, then you want to bounce there and keep your jet pointed at a down angle, because those things right there will really get you. And then you want to get in, and once you're in, just let go, because if you're inside of it, you'll gain a little bit of time, but you will die over half the time, so it's not worth it. Okay, so space down left, and then back and forth. I'm going to try and get one good on the horse, just to show you what it would look like. There you go. And that'll bounce you right in. And then you let go here. And that's probably going to be like a 16, I guess. 13. Yeah, that was really good, actually. So that's the best way to do it. But it's just, this level is mostly about controlling your jetpack and doing the thing at the beginning to line yourself best to get on the neck of the horse. Because that's best case scenario. Okay, chop check, or you can save 2 or 3 seconds in this level just by doing it precise. So you go forward and then hold control, or I haven't tested this, but I theorize that if you do this and then hit the space bar, you could trigger this to fall early, saving you time. I don't know, but either one works as long as you time your spacebar correctly. Then you hold shift down left, and then what you kind of do is just angle yourself right so you fall through easiest. So angle forward, angle back, angle forward. And then at the end there, you want to hit control so you don't break your feet. Then backwards. And I like to tap forward there to keep my speed under control. These are the buttons. So shift forward, down right, up forward. And then you want to hit control there. I didn't, but you want to hit control there. And then right before you go into the pit, you want to hit back to slow yourself down and keep yourself from dying. But yeah, that's what you want to do. And then if you're stuck at the edge, just tap backwards then forwards again, and it'll get you back on track. These are pretty straightforward. You can't save much time there unless you do something dumb and lose time. Best thing to do, you're supposed to jump right there. I didn't jump for some reason. Now these were a run killer right here. If you mess up here, oh gosh. So I usually wait one more cycle than necessary just in case, but you tap through and then slow down as much as possible there. Control, fall down. Now my legs broke, which is horrible, but what you want to do is hold shift, hold up, and hold right, and it'll give you your best case of not getting spring trapped. Getting spring trapped is whenever your body's stuck inside of the spring, which I'm sure if you've run this has happened to you. But if you hold shift, right, and forward, it's your best case to not happen. And you want to have your legs. Having your legs also decreases the chance of happening, but whatever. So that's pretty straightforward, but you can save a little bit of time with the beginning movement. It keeps happening. Really easy level. You just have to know how to do it. So you hold control until it's like right there, then you hold space and left, and then just let go left and hold it again. Control until it's like right there, space and left, let go left, and tap it again. Super easy level. And then this one is, rope swings is a little bit more complicated, although not in the way you'd think. I found a way to cheese this level. So you hold shift and have your fingers on Z and spacebar, and then you hold forward and right. And right before you hit the ground, you hit the space bar so that you don't impale into the spikes. Then you jump, and while holding shift, hit Z, which springs yourself farther forward than you're supposed to. So it looks like this. Jump. I messed it up. Shift. Jump. I messed it up again. With a little bit of practice, it's really easy, but I haven't practiced recently. Easy. Now, usually if you do it right, you shouldn't have to do the swing up thing, but the way you do it is once you grab on, you just hold back and then down. So back arrow, down arrow to swing back up. I'll try and show you the right way to do it real quick. Space, space C. I didn't even hit Z.
Are you still playing the game?
Space, space C. And that's it. So holding shift, then you space, space C. So shift forward and right, then right before you hit the ground, you hit the space bar to keep yourself from being impaled. And it catches you. Then you jump while holding shift, hit Z, and then you let go of shift so that you can fly forward instead of being at an angle in the air, and you should fly right over it and onto it to end it, and that's when you cut your last split. Alright, tell me if I didn't explain anything good. Should be fine, but just DM me. You need help. Dre. Okay, so I'm just going to go over my world record and show you what I did wrong and what I did right and how it can be improved. So, first off, this was a pretty bad obstacle course. I got the beginning, which is what I'm aiming for, to keep a run, but I lost good 3 seconds by hitting that wall right there. And I did not get the even, I fell down. So this could be down to like maybe 16, 17 seconds instead of 19. I failed the gut bus escape twice. Well, I failed it once and then realized it would have taken more time to get up out of this position right here than to actually restart. So that's another 5 seconds, 6 seconds lost. And then I even got a slow gut bus after that. So this is another 5, maybe 10 seconds you can save. So already it's a good 15 seconds you can save off the bat. I had a really lucky BMX bike. I did everything I could possibly do right. However, sometimes your kid dies, and his body blows up the mines in front of you. So I slowed down here to not get decapitated. But the kid's body blows up the mines in front of me and actually blows me up. But luckily, I hit the bike at the perfect angle that I survived. Not what you're going for, but it worked. Now, this is absolutely the best possible way to finish Snowy Mountain, but it's super, super dangerous. And I just got really unlucky that the setup happened, but I did it pretty well. So the thing you do is you fall out of the back of the cart and then wiggle your arms and flip yourself if you have to so your arms are facing it. Then you grab onto the back of the sled, and because of the physics in this game, actually being at the back of the cart will make the fan blow the back up and instead of the front up. And since the front is, I guess, heavier, it saves way more time to be holding on to the back than the front. So if you go back and watch my clip of me doing it in the live run and explaining things, you'll see the cart flips almost vertically. But here it just kind of bumps, which saves so much time, which 58.5 is really good. Okay, so I did not get Big Dippered, and this was pretty much perfect Dawn of the Dead. There's not much time you can save here, but it's pretty good. So you see the blue building in the back and the gray building in front of it. So the second time you see that building is when you want to let go. However, it's at a perfect spot. So in between, right in the middle of the second windows in the blue is where you want to let go. Right whenever the gray building gets in between the window, the second set of windows. So a little bit earlier than I let go. That's just something to save a little bit of time if you grab on too high. So I got a really bad Satan here. I actually got a second way around Satan. So I go through the cycle, and then... So a little tip here is if you have trouble aligning yourself upright, you can tap shift a couple of times, which will rearrange the way the jetpack points, which I find sometimes that helps me line myself up to get better entrance through the stomach. So this was one of the best trap tracks I've had, just because I got a really good cycle at the end and I got through at the beginning really fast. So yeah, everything I talked about in the video, the shift and pointing in the right direction through there. Sometimes these guys can be annoying and impale you if you jump on them, so you really don't ever want to jump on them. Jump at the end there, like I said to do, and then I got a really good cycle here because I always wait one more because this killed a really good run of mine and I don't want that to happen again. So shift forward and up, or shift right and up right there to not get spring trapped. And I got unlucky actually because I tried to jump over, but the spring hit me, so I went back up. Lost a few seconds, so 18 seconds can be saved already.
And then I had a really good It Keeps Happening and rope swing. So textbook, rope swing, and It Keeps Happening. And that's my run.
All right. See you.